Oh, this is it? I told you. You said we're going to take a break. Then you said, do you need one? I said, no, not really.
So I need to keep the camera rolling to catch the nuggets that spit out of your mouth.
The nuggets, they're gems. Matter of fact, okay, we're at the blowjob. We're at.
I need to hear about the mermaid from hell.
We're going there next. Well, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. What else happened? Well, yeah, the cop. Okay, yeah, the cop got us. Well, they didn't get us. They intercepted us. They pulled us over or whatever. You know, it's funny too. I know. What do you call that? They didn't board. But yeah, they ride up to you, flashing lights like you're on the roadways. They call rules of the road. You're in the water.
Mermaid from hell.
The car. Okay, the guy. I think it's funny, man. He's shaking his head. This is the Rangers. There was only a couple of them. That's what I mean. He tells us just get in there with the lights. Go into that crowd. Like I said, the crowd is thousands of boats rafted up to each other. And in some case, we're not even talking about. Forget about a properly tied reef knot. The guy in the middle can't get out anyway, and they're not tied, just literally so many boats together. It's kind of like bumper cars. Anyway, remember I was saying pulled over? What do you call that? But they were undermanned, understaffed, so there's no policing this year, that particular year of the Columbus Day Regatta, man. So people, I don't think we knew it because we just found out, but unless you knew, you wouldn't have known that. It was already wild, and I don't think anyone gives a shit. But so basically, we survived it and we went back. I think after the race is over, we spent another night there. You're not supposed to do that either without telling the Rangers. But again, like I got weed from that washed ashore on my 18th birthday. That was Vero Beach. What is it with that place? And then for this particular year, that is what took all the police out of Miami for the Columbus Day Regatta. And I got numerous ones, but I've been under pressure to relate to you Ventures with Mermaid from Hell. In the Keys, down on your knees with the keys to seas. She wasn't great looking, but she was by far a truck driver or a bad stripper. And because, it was kind of comical, man. I think it's because she's drunk, the way I like to control and take the clothes off gingerly and delicately, unless they like it rough, Do anything you want, just don't break anything. But, yeah, she tried to do some mock-up stripping dance, and she was never a stripper, because forget about formerly trained. It was pretty bad, actually. But naked, she actually was not half bad. You know how they say they would kick her out of bed? Well, I would, because I want to do her on the floor. The thing is, man, and I go first, because I'm with a gentleman that's far from a gentleman. Creighfish, that's his real name, Newlon. He actually was like a Paul Newman lookalike, and he died the night. I think I gave him a crack hit, and he's dying, but I didn't know he was dying. He'd been in his last crack hit, and he had $2 on the side of the bed, and I wanted it for beer. I got to jump to this for a second. You ever heard of a routine fender bender where there's now a 7-mile bridge after we dropped the Mermaid? Well, the Mermaid from Hell just split my apartment, and we had her and hooked up with one of her girlfriends. And then you know what? She had a nickname that I can't remember. But she had a tattoo right here by her private parts, her sexual organs. And I'm like, what is that all about? It was a rat running around her hip, or a mice or something. And she says it's running from my pussy. That's pretty poor taste, right? And what a contrast. Mermaid from Hell is pretty much not short and squat, but not exactly statuesque or shapely. I wouldn't even say well-rounded, just whatever. She was about above it, little, just or cunt hair better than above average. A smidgen. But she had like those really bewitching eyes. Too much salt water and rum, I think. She would have been a good pirate's girlfriend. Mermaid from hell. And she, this is a regular Friday night, right? No costume party. But you know how chicks got them, like flip-flops on with, I don't know where you would have got these kind. They're like shower shoes, and maybe she attached flowers to them or something. Like I do to my bike. I put flowers on things, trying to make it decorative. She had really flashy, weird flip-flops, chancletas and zoris, whatever you want to call them. I think she kept them on, too. That's why I remember them. Nude, except for the flowery flip-flops, man. Get out of town. And this is, you know what? I just thought of it. We are, I had an efficiency in the Turk building right next to Tavernier Creek Marina. The owner told me I was going to put a John boat back there, the Ocean Reefer. My red John boat, man, that was reinforced transom, and so I had a lot of horsepower for a 12-footer, man. You could pop a wheelie, so to speak. In other words, not a plane. Like ridiculous, man. The bow would be so high you could do a flip, And like I said, the girl was. Oh, the other thing is, this is something to do. Remember, the girl on the other key was Lexi. This one was something to do with Maxie or something. She was maxed out on the rum. We're at Denny's. I got to stand up for this. And she goes, she took a dollar bill and puts it above her panties, unbuttoning. This is what, it's late at night after the Club of Coconuts there, the old disco Coconuts. We were in there after the Caribbean Club, that's where you go for a happy hour. And a sunset type of deal, right? It's on the bay side, the Coconuts on the other side, the ocean side, You can't get lost there no matter how drunk you get, because you go one way or the other, you're going to hit water. She holds, I think I believe, a dollar above her panties at the table and said, "Open buffet, all you can eat, everything under $1." So, I hope you get that. And we ended up too, the Mermaid from hell basically was telling us stories and kind of shy at first. She was doing backflips later, man. Not so much to attest that me and Creigh are good lovers, because I don't know. That's why she left after Creigh. She probably would have stayed if it was just the last pirate. I had never thought of it that way. That's being a little facetious, ain't it? And I'm not normally like that. Creigh was a great guy. He died, like I said, the day after. I went to Georgia the night, and like I said, in the hood, they go, I was gone a week. He had been in bed for 3 days. I said, you got to get help, man. When I came back, they said, sorry to hear about your... What? Yeah, I knew it. They said Creigh died right after I left. So we had fun. A lot of sea stories involved this particular gentleman, man. Big time. You got to remind me. We get to Biscayne Boulevard in the late 70s. Very prime time pirate material. So I don't even, like I said, after Creigh, the Mermaid from hell split, man. And I think, other than the flip-flops, she played the role, man. I think she had like a shower cap on. And it wasn't a bath gown like terry cloth, and it was custom. You know how girls, I do that too. You got to see my fashion line, ready to wash and wear. It was whatever, some long goddamn gown. This is, like I said, it might have been a weekend, but no other special occasion. So I can only imagine, where when you see really strange people, like what do they do during the day or something? It's like vampires, man, the Mermaid from hell. I can't imagine her going even to the shop for milk at the grocery store. They would have called the police on her. She was a walking circus, man. Like the bag lady with mine's pretty funky for a dude, man, but I get away with it because I'm over the top and under the table. But she split, that's it. We didn't dump her. I would have kept her around. It was my apartment. I could do whatever the hell I want. And Creigh he'd hang around forever, man. I think I left the door open, man. This is not as bad as Miami, but you don't leave the door open anywhere in Florida, man. For that matter, anywhere. They got a New York minute. It's a Miami second, darling. So, yeah, but after the Mermaid from Hell, man, Maxie, she had rich parents and been trying to jump my bones for a long time. And she knew the way to how to get into my pants and my heart by extremely well-stocked, top-shelf bar. I mean, a massive one. This is her daddy's house, though. But where we ended up in the Keys was a boat. There's an island called No Name Key down there where all the key deer hang out. There's a lot of key deer on this island, and it's not the one that says Key Deer Island or whatever. Isn't that funny? And before you cross, there's a no-name bar. No-name bar to the no-name key, and it's just a nondescript house. So yeah, stop in for a drink and tell them you know the last pirate standing. That's if a net's still working there. So you go to, you cross the island though, and me, Maxie, and shit, Creighfish I got Maxie because she wants to jump my bones. I think she might have just met Creighfish. But this is all a pitch black island because there's no power to this island. It's a short bridge to get there. You can get there by bridge. But why they don't have power, I don't know. Everyone's got generators, so the island is humming with generators. I don't even remember the make of this one. But Maxie, and I think it's some dude that she probably was sleeping with. So I was looking over my shoulder because she's trying to jump my bones. And we're on her part-time boyfriend's boat. I don't do that, man.